You sit down to relax, and suddenly your chest gets tight. Your mind starts racing through everything you should be doing instead. If relaxing makes you more anxious than working does, you're not broken. Your nervous system has just learned something dangerous, that stopping equals threat. Picture this. It's Sunday afternoon. You're exhausted. You sit on the couch, and within 60 seconds, the discomfort hits. Your brain offers an escape. Pick up your phone, scroll through something, fill the silence with anything. You do it because that uncomfortable feeling when you truly stop is unbearable. But here's what nobody tells you. That discomfort isn't the problem. It's the symptom. And what you're doing to avoid it isn't rest at all. It's just switching channels on the same exhaustion. Thousands of people have described this exact experience. They rest and feel worse. They take breaks but never recharge. And the whole time, they think they're not resting correctly, when really, their bodies have forgotten what rest even feels like. Here's what's actually happening. Your nervous system has been running on hypervigilance for years. Always anticipating, always preparing, always one step ahead of disaster. And here's the cruel irony. It kept you safe. It made you successful. You learned early on that staying alert, staying productive, meant you were valuable. Somewhere along the way, your brain made a dangerous equation. Your worth equals what you produce. So when you stop producing, your nervous system interprets that as danger. Not physical danger, existential danger. The kind that whispers, if you're not doing something, who even are you? That's why silence feels threatening. That's why boredom physically hurts. That's why you can't sit with a cup of tea without checking your email or planning tomorrow. Your body has learned that pausing means losing control. This is the high-functioning trap. You look fine from the outside. You meet deadlines. You show up. But inside, you're running on fumes. And the only time you allow yourself to collapse is when you literally can't go anymore. By then, it's not rest. It's damage control. And here's where it gets twisted. You've been conditioned to believe that rest is something you earn. You tell yourself, I'll rest after this project, after this week, after things calm down. But they never do. So rest becomes this mythical future state you're always moving toward, but never reach. Meanwhile, your body is sending signals. Fatigue that sleep doesn't fix. Irritability, that hollow feeling where nothing brings joy. These aren't character flaws. They're biological alarms. But stopping feels impossible because you've confused distraction with rest. Scrolling is not rest. Binge watching is not rest. Background noise is not rest. These things keep your brain in processing mode, consuming, reacting, comparing. Your nervous system stays alert because there's still input. Real rest feels quiet. Uncomfortably quiet at first. It's the absence of demand, of goal, of should. Think of your brain like a web browser with 40 tabs open. You think you're resting when you switch from work tabs to entertainment tabs. But the browser is still running. The battery is still draining. Actual rest is closing the browser entirely. And your brain doesn't know how to do that anymore. So when you try, it panics. It floods you with anxiety, with the urgent feeling that you're wasting time. Because to your nervous system, trained in the religion of productivity, rest without purpose feels like death. This is why burnout isn't just about working too much. Burnout is effort without psychological relief. It's your nervous system stuck in survival mode with no off switch. So how do you train a body that's forgotten how to rest? You start small. Micro moments of actual nothingness. A shower without music. A walk without a podcast. 5 minutes outside with no phone, no plan, no improvement goal. And yes, it will feel wrong. Your brain will scream that you're wasting time. Thoughts will flood in. That's normal. That's your nervous system detoxing from chronic alertness. The key is not to fight the thoughts. Just let them pass. Don't engage. Don't solve. Just exist. Because what you're doing is teaching your body something radical. That it's safe to stop. That pausing doesn't mean danger. This is nervous system rest. And it's the kind most people never experience because it feels too vulnerable, too unproductive. Here's what nobody tells you. Rest isn't a reward you earn by working hard enough. It's maintenance. It's as non-negotiable as breathing. Your worth isn't determined by your output. You are valuable simply because you exist. And once you separate your identity from your productivity, rest stops feeling like weakness. It becomes what it actually is, the foundation that makes everything else possible. Start with one tiny practice. 3 minutes of sitting still before you check your phone. Lying in bed after you wake up without launching into your mental to-do list. Saying no to one thing this week. These aren't productivity hacks. They're acts of rebellion against a system that taught you your value is conditional. If this resonated, you're not alone. Thousands are functioning on the outside, exhausted on the inside. You don't need to optimize. You need to stop. Really stop. Not as a strategy, but as an act of returning to yourself. Stay with me if you're done living in emergency mode. This channel exists for people who know that functioning and thriving aren't the same thing. And remember, pausing isn't quitting. It's remembering that you're human.